Have you ever wondered what happens to all the flowers at a wedding or a special event? I'll tell you, a lot of them get thrown away. And that's just the nature of the business and the nature of cut flowers. They just don't last. And so a lot of them end up in the trash. But today I'm going to show you how I reused some of those flowers to make this beautiful fall centerpiece. I used some flowers that I already had, and I also used a bouquet that I bought, a ready-made bouquet that I bought at the fresh market. So let's get started. Here we go. Here's all the ingredients. I've got my tray. I've got my floral oasis or aqua foam, and this is wet oasis or wet foam. So if you're going to buy this, they sell it at Michael's and Joann's, and then of course all the floral warehouses have it. But just make sure if you're buying at Michael's or Joann's, you get the stuff that's the wet foam. So this is already wet. I've already soaked each of these bricks for about 15 minutes. And I've got my big pumpkins, some little guys. I've got some wheat stalks. I picked up these corn husks because I thought they were cute. I've got all these florals that I had from my event, which I'll use some of those. And then I picked up this bouquet at the fresh market. I bring my trash can over here, put it by my feet. But my intention was to go to the floral warehouse, but it got too late in the day. They closed early, so I missed them. Anyways, I've got my floral snips. I'll go ahead and snip off this and a bucket of water for these guys, and I'll snip these off into the garbage, and I'll put them in here and open them up so I can see what I've got. I picked up this bouquet because I thought it was a pretty mix of colors. I liked that it had a sunflower, it has these purplish blue, I forget what these are called, and then it had this cute little, I don't know what this is either, can't remember. Also this, which is some sort of a lettuce or something like that, not sure, thought that was cute. And then this, I love this, don't know what this is either. I need to Google search all of these, but I thought this was super pretty as well. So I picked up this arrangement to supplement the flowers that I've got. I'm gonna go out in my yard and grab some greenery to go around the edges here, because what I like to do is just fill in at the bottom and fill in as a base so that you don't see any of the oasis when you're done. Oh, the other thing I've got are these cylinders, which I'm going to use for candles, and I think I'll put them all up on the oasis like this. Do them like that. I think that'll be my arrangement. Yeah. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do those, and I'll need some pillar candles for those. All right, let me go outside and grab some greenery. Okay, so I'm straight out my front door here, and I've got this arboricola, and I use this arboricola a lot for filling in bottom of floral arrangements. So I'll grab a few of these. My yard is a complete disaster right now, really overrun with weeds and just mess from the storm. And I recently trimmed these way back. You can see I've got some stumps here where I really trimmed that back, so there's not much. Then on this side, down here, I've got angel wing begonia that is just struggling because of the storm. All of the, oh, my poor angel wing begonia. Oh. This thing is just normally like this whole hole right here is usually filled with angel wing begonia, and I usually am able to use this for my flower arrangements, but it's so weak and wilted right now. I don't know what to do about it. I just need to cut it way back. It'll come back for sure, but look at that big guy. Anyways, I can't use any of that. That's a shame. Let's see what we can do without it. Okay, so I've got my cylinders all set. I've got my arboricola, which I'm just going to trim off a bunch of these. I'm going to just poke these in kind of all the way around the bottom edge. Sure do wish my begonias were doing better. This is what I always do, is I just start with a base of greenery. No matter what kind of an arrangement I'm doing, I always start with a base of greenery, because you want to fill in with greenery so that your oasis doesn't show when you're done. Now let me see, I think I'll try to get these corn husks in here somehow. I think they're kind of cute. Oh, you know what else I've got to get is my pine cones. I've got to go grab some pine cones. I might need some floral wire to hold that in place. Put him maybe like this. I really thought I was going to have more space than I actually do. Let's get this guy in there like that. All right, let's get this guy in here maybe. Okay, now I want to bring in the hydrangeas. This is about how long the stems are, and I need them to actually even be shorter because we don't have a lot of depth here to even work with. And we want this arrangement to be low so that when it's on my table, I don't have to move it in order to see the people across. I'm gonna cut that one that length. And I'm gonna poke this guy in there. And one there, one there. And we're gonna take off all the leaves because the leaves are what rot. So we don't want that down here. Like that. Okay, one more hydrangea. This one is just about dried out, but it's still pretty. And we'll go with this one right here. And I'm going to push that baby down as far as I can. That'll hold that corn in place. And I'm going to use some of this, this is wax flower. Little tiny beautiful flowers. And I'm going to cut this guy short too. So he comes like this. I'm going to cut it there. I'll bring it up and cut that one there. And then I'll get these flowers too. And I'll bunch them up like that. And I'll poke those in between the corn, and that'll hold the corn in place. We've got some greenery here. This is called ruscus. And I'm gonna put that in here too, in between the corn. Kind of hold that. I'm gonna take this hydrangea and put him here. Now I think I'm going to use this guy. Where should I put him? Maybe I'll put him here in this open spot. I'm going to cut it short too. And let's see how far I can get this in. Now I've got some of these gorgeous peonies. Oh, this one's not going to last. Let me grab another one. That one's not going to last. This one is almost fresh. So I'm going to have these kind of poking out like that. I'm going to put them in a trio here together. We've got some space here we need to fill. So I think I'll grab these guys. And this guy looks spent. So what I think I'll do is I'll cut these off. Cut this off so that I can get these in a grouping. I think I'll poke my sunflower in over here to kind of balance out those peonies. Like that. See him? And the peonies are here. We've got this beautiful rose. Take all the leaves off and we'll put her here. And we need some filler in here. These are chrysanthemums. I like to group them tight like that and poke them in here together. That's a good balance with the purple in the in the hydrangea and the purple from the peony. Look at this spectacular specimen. This is a cymbidium orchid. It is spectacular. So let's see where I can put this guy. I'm gonna cut the stem on an angle so that it'll soak up water really well. And I'll let him just poke out above this hydrangea. Can you see? All right, let's put something here. I'm gonna put a peony right in here. This hydrangea is pretty dried, but that's okay. Put him in right here. Nice and low. I want this one to go. I might have to use him by himself. He's so beautiful. Can I get it right here? I think I'm gonna have to put this beautiful piece of art in its own vase. And I'll use this guy over here to bunch those up. Here's another chrysanthemum. This one here. Okay, so we've got a couple empty spots. One here and one here. I've got more wax flower. Okay, I have 3 bunches. I'll put those in together here. So now we've got this cute little flower. I'm not sure what that is, but I want that to have a moment. I don't want it above the candle though either, because it'll wilt it right away. So there. And then this thing, let's let that have a moment as well. I've got a couple more open peonies I'm gonna find a spot for. Let's just use a couple of these. And we've got some, looks like maple leaves. These are a little dried, but that's okay. It goes there. Just need a little bit of filler in here. Use these guys. A couple little spots where I'm gonna just poke these little pumpkins and gourds in here. I think that's about it. Now I need to find my candles. I'm gonna take this over to the table, find some candles, and we'll see how it looks. All right, so here it is on the table. I don't love it. I think that if I had gone to the store and picked out the flowers that I wanted, I would have probably picked a more neutral palette or less colorful palette. Overall, it's pretty. For Thanksgiving, I might change it, but this should get me probably almost up to Thanksgiving. I might have to rearrange right before Thanksgiving, but let me turn the overhead light on so you can actually see all the color in it. I think it's really pretty with the candles lit and when it's dim like this. Let me turn on the overhead light. I don't know. I think that the fresh market flowers maybe aren't my favorite. Like, I'm not a big fan of these guys, but it's really pretty. I love the little wax flower, and I do love the lettuce thing, whatever this is. I don't know what this is, but I really like that. I think this is really cool looking, and of course the peonies are just beautiful. The corn husks, you can't really see the corn in there. All you can see is the husk, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, now I've got the overhead light on so you can see the coloring a little bit better. I should probably do this when it's a little bit earlier in the day. The cymbidiums are so pretty. Look at that guy. So pretty. You can kind of see the corn in there a little bit. That is a peony. This thing. It's pretty fun. That's it. It is a good height because sitting at the table, you can see over it. We won't have to move it. So I do like that. There she is. I think I'll put that like as the front, because when you walk in my front door, you'll see it from here. So I think that's the way I want to have it. I'm happy with it. It's pretty. I might go back to the actual flower market and see what they have right before Thanksgiving, but for the most part, I only had to buy the one $19 bouquet from the fresh market. Not bad. So next up is I'm going to set the table. So come back to the next video and see the whole table all set up. See you there.